Hello everyone, this is Nicoraptor here, and before we start this video, I first want to apologize for the lack of video last week, but I am now back. And if you follow me on my Instagram, you would have seen that I put up a poll on my story asking people if I should do Hell comic characters as dragons or Has-Been Hotel characters with their own dragons. And people voted for the Hell comic characters as dragons. So, for this video, I will take three Hell-based comic heroes or anti-heroes and turn them into dragons. So, let's get into the drawing and enjoy some Hell. The first dragon we'll be drawing is Hellboy as a wyvern. When drawing this dragon, I was debating whether or not I should make Hellboy into a full-fledged dragon with 2 wings and 4 legs, or as a wyvern, a dragon with wings, 4 arms, and 2 legs. And since Hellboy's most recognizable feature is his right hand of doom, I decided to make him into a wyvern, where it is now a right wing of doom. I made the dragon's right wing a bit larger and bulkier than the left wing, and of course gave it the stony gauntlet as its arm. The next part was making Hellboy's head into a dragon's head, which was quite simple. I gave it a blocky kind of head with a beard and hair going down its neck. I added the horns as well, which is cut off, as I found out that Hellboy often files down his horns as a way to make him look less monstrous among the people in the comics. And then the rest of the dragon's body was easy. I drew a typical dragon's form and gave it a vibrant red color, and for his wings I made it the same color as his trench coat. And overall, the drawing came up really nice. And at the final end of the drawing, I added smoke coming out of his mouth as a nod to Hellboy smoking a cigar. And when drawing this, unfortunately, the recording of me drawing the background for this dragon got corrupted and was lost, so it's not in the video, unfortunately. Sorry about that, folks. But at the end, here is my Hellboy dragon, which I call the Hellwing Wyvern. The next dragon is based on one of my favorite characters from the Marvel Comics, the Ghost Rider. The idea was pretty simple. I could have just drawn a dragon with a flaming skull and called it a day, but no, I wanted to do this dragon justice. So I first decided to make this dragon into a drake. No, not that drake. I meant a drake dragon. Drakes are dragons that do not possess wings and only has 4 legs. And people will often say that it is just a giant lizard, but no, it can still breathe fire. So I made the Ghost Rider dragon into a drake that can run very fast and would often leave a trail of fire as it runs. And I gave the dragon a black body with metallic spikes along its shoulders and its arms, as Ghost Rider is often seen wearing a black jacket with spikes, and then of course the flaming skull. I also made its front claw skeletal with flames coming out, as it would help make this dragon look cooler. And then of course, I cannot forget the Ghost Rider's signature weapon, the Hell Chains. And so I decided to make the end of the dragon's tail part chain as a reference to that, and make it glow orange as if the chains are on fire. And I gave the skull some fiery eyes as a reference to the Ghost Rider's penance stare, where in the comics he would look into the eyes of his victim and make them feel the pain and guilt of the sins they have committed, which will leave the victim paralyzed or, in worst cases, dead. Overall, this is the simplest dragon out of all the others, but a very effective one, and I hope you all like my Ghost Rider dragon, which I call the Blazing Skull Rider. The final dragon for this episode is the Spawn dragon, and I must admit, I almost completely forgot who Spawn was until I saw him in Mortal Kombat 11 a while ago, where you can play as Spawn as well as the Joker. And when seeing Spawn in the game, it unlocked some memories, and so I went to look up more on Spawn and even rewatched the very old Hell Spawn movie. And when drawing Spawn as a dragon, I had to look up on many comic book artworks as references, and I always notice how Spawn's cape is shown to be like the main focus. And learning that Spawn's cape is actually alive, I decided to draw that element into my artwork. So I made the spawn dragon's wings large and have a floating effect at the end of its wings, as well as pieces of its wings coming off and floating away to show that this wing is mystical and alive in a way. And of course I gave the dragon the same coloring as Spawn and gave it a slimy texture, as it turns out the suit that Spawn's wear is very similar to the Marvel symbiote like Venom. And as it turns out, the original writer of Spawn also wrote the Venom comics, so that could explain the similarities. I also drew the dragon without a mouth, as Spawn's mouth is always covered, and I gave it glowing green eyes. I also made the dragon stand on top of a church holding onto a cross, as it really gives off an epic pose with its wings. Also a fun fact, what inspired me to make this video was a YouTube channel called Popcross Studios, where the artist named Kristen Pearson makes a whole bunch of amazing crossover artworks with his genius storytelling. He is my biggest inspiration, which is why I made this small YouTube channel, and he is what inspired me to make my Attack on Titanosaurus artwork, which is one of my popular drawings, and then of course the very recent Avengers Overwatch crossover, which you can check it out later. And no, I am not copying his artwork, he just inspired me to make my own kind of artwork and use him as inspiration, as his artwork is always filled with amazing creativity. So a huge thank you to Kristen Pearson and his YouTube channel Popcorn Studios for your amazing artwork and inspiration. Without you, I wouldn't have made this kind of artworks or videos. And here is our final dragon, the Spawn Wing of Hell. And that is all for this video. Sorry if it seems rushed, as the writing and recording audio can be a bit of a hassle, but I hope you all enjoyed the 3 Hell comic dragons we got today. Let me know in the comments as to what other kinds of art I should do, either Godzilla or Hazbin Hotel related, as those are very trending right now. And during my drawing, I mentioned Popcross Studios. You should definitely check him out. His art and story are amazing, and he even made a Hellboy, Spawn, and Ghost Rider dragon way before I did my own today. So be sure to go and watch those and subscribe to his channel. He definitely deserves it. But besides that, thank you all for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel, as it helps me make more videos like these. My name is Nick Raptor, and have a Jurassic day.